So the Super Bowl has officially passed, and the Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl champions. We're going to be breaking down what happened in this game, and we're going to talk about these teams a little bit. So if you guys do enjoy, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get right into it. So the Philadelphia Eagles ended up beating the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 in this game, winning the Super Bowl, and it was a completely dominant performance from the Philadelphia Eagles defense. They did everything correct on all three phases of the football field. I mean, the Eagles just completely smothered Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. If you watched the first half of this game, you saw that Patrick Mahomes pretty much had no time. He couldn't do anything, and that O-line was getting absolutely crushed by the defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes would finish this game with 21 for 32, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. This was just not a good game for Kansas City, and if you want me to be completely honest, this is one of the worst, if not the worst game they've played in the Patrick Mahomes era. And this is just, that says a lot. The only game I would say really competes with that is the last time they lost in the Super Bowl, which was to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very reminiscent of that, but this was way worse. You could tell that there was no chance Kansas City was going to come back. And after the way the Eagles started this game, you could kind of tell Kansas City can't do anything on offense. I mean, they held Travis Kelce to pretty much just 4 catches and 39 yards. He already was having a down year, and he just didn't look good. Shout out to Xavier Worthy, though, for 8 catches, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns. To still have that type of game is pretty insane. But when you look at the Eagles, they just had a very balanced offensive attack. They didn't need to do too much. Saquon Barkley had 25 carries and only 57 yards. And despite all of that, the Eagles still managed to do what they needed to do. Their defense did a lot in this game, and they're really the ones who won this game. Jalen Hurts is officially your Super Bowl MVP, and I feel like the narrative around him is going to start changing. A lot of people are going to start putting him in the upper tier of quarterbacks in the NFL. I already think that he is a good quarterback and overhated. I don't think he's elite by any means, but I do believe that in certain situations, you can't go wrong with Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. I think he is good enough. I think he's proven that he's good enough. Now, yes, the Eagles from top to bottom have the best team in the league, but I do think Jalen Hurts has shown that he is good enough in those moments to win you a Super Bowl. I mean, this is the second time he's played Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, who we regard as the greatest quarterback of this new generation. And he is currently, in my opinion, at least a top 5 to 10 all-time quarterback. Beat him in the Super Bowl and then outperformed him twice in those Super Bowls. So that says a lot to me, because Jalen Hurts had 17 for 22, 221 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, he had a pick, and he had 11 carries for 72 yards and a rushing score. He also threw that bomb to Devontae Smith, who scored his only touchdown in the game. The Eagles just looked insane, and they're gonna probably have this roster around for a good little minute, along with the fact that their general manager just knows how to build a winning team. The Eagles were one of the most successful franchises since 2000, and the Eagles are going to be a threat for a while. Kansas City Chiefs have some issues to address, namely their O-line. They're going to have to make some improvements to that O-line because they got completely bullied in there, and Patrick Mahomes had no time. He threw a pick 6 to Cooper DeJean, and it did not look good. It wasn't a good showing, and the Chiefs defense didn't even necessarily get torched. Obviously, they didn't have the greatest game, but their defense didn't even play that bad in the first half of this game. But their O-line just absolutely could not do anything against that Eagles defensive line. And they're going to have to really look at maybe trading up in the draft to try to get some offensive line talent, try to get some guys in there. The Chiefs have a generally good team, but they're going to have to do a little bit of soul searching this offseason. They got completely bullied, and teams are going to be looking at that. Like, if the Chiefs don't make the right changes, teams are going to feel like they found a way to bother the Chiefs. And I think this is going to be really telling. Now, if you ask me, do I believe the Chiefs dynasty is over? Absolutely not. You got Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be 30 next season. They're going to end up, if Andy Reid comes back, I don't see a reason why the Chiefs can't get back to the Super Bowl. I think a lot of people are forgetting that, yes, the Chiefs just got smashed in the Super Bowl, but what AFC team is showing that they're going to beat the Chiefs. None of them seem to come up to the spotlight to actually beating them and step up in the biggest moments. Pretty much all of them have crumbled in the biggest moments against the Chiefs outside of that 1 year the Bengals managed to beat them. And to think, if the Bengals didn't win that game, then Patrick Mahomes would have gotten to the Super Bowl every year since he was a starter outside of the year he ran into Tom Brady. And that's insane to think about. So I think Kansas City's dynasty is still here. I mean, 3 Super Bowls in 5 appearances is insane. They might not have the same level of dominance, but to say they won't get back is just completely false. Patrick Mahomes is going to get his way back here. And I think a hungry Chiefs team is even scarier than a team that's won back-to-back Super Bowls because now they're motivated. But I think the Chiefs are going to have to do a little bit of soul searching this summer to really fix some of the holes in the roster because the weaknesses got exposed in this game. Anyway, guys, if you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Tell me what you guys think about the Super Bowl and your thoughts on the game below. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.